Hello and welcome to the first ever India edition of ColorPro Talks. My name is Sugandhi Gadadhar and I am a wildlife filmmaker. ColorPro Talks is an initiative by ViewSonic, a 35-year-old global leader in visual solutions. ColorPro Talks is a platform wherein experts and artists come together to discuss all things visual. In today's session, we are going to be discussing the importance of color in different art forms. And to make this conversation interesting, we have with us the very people whom I can safely call the color experts, Girish Mamtani and Venkat Durgarao from ViewSonic. Girish and Venkat, welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us on this show.
No, it's our pleasure, Sugandhi. Thanks.
I'm so excited to listen to both of you and to our other experts who is going to be joining, because this is something that I do every day. Go into the field, shoot wildlife, come back, look at the rushes, and then we get into this hectic pace of stitching together pieces from all the footage that we have. So what we discussed today is very close to my heart as well. So as you all are aware, most of the art today has gone from traditional to the digital form. So for us, digital artists, be it a filmmaker or photographer like me or an illustrator, what matters a lot to our quality of work is color, which means we need to have the right colors. And for us to have the right colors, we absolutely need the right monitor. So there you have the right color must have a very strong bond with a good monitor or the perfect monitor. So we need the frame rate to be right, the depth of color in the monitor has to be good, it needs to have accurate color performance, and these are some of the most important things that define what is the quality of the visual output that we produce.
Exactly.
So why don't we dive into the session by both of you telling us what are the things that a visual artist must keep in mind while choosing the best monitor that can give him or her the best value for the kind of art that they produce. So Girish, maybe you can start by telling us what's the role of a good monitor, a good professional monitor for any content creator?
So as you just rightly pointed out, Sugandhi, that a monitor has to have color accuracy, and first and foremost has to be the pristine images that you are basically seeing from your camera with minimal distortion or loss of those colors. It should be accurately produced on a monitor, and that's scientifically, there's a term called delta E less than 2, which basically denotes the ability of a monitor to show the image as it is coming from the input. Now it cannot exactly be as the input is, but we can bridge down this difference to the bare minimum, and that's what we call as delta E less than 2, and that's a very significant part of any good monitor. And of course a good monitor transcends to a monitor which we start calling as professional, because generally professionals use them. It's not that a normal person cannot use a professional monitor, it's just that a professional would be a photographer or a visual or a creator. Illustrator would be looking at those features much more avidly rather than a normal layperson. So delta E.
Maybe can you tell me that what I see in real life or the art that I produce, the colors match very closely if the delta E value is less than 2.
That's right.
So the
no
lower
machine
the value
can replicate what human eye can see, but what we can do is reach closest to it.
Okay.
So there are various technologies that are incorporated into a very good monitor, and one of them is, as I said, was delta E less than 2. Then of course we are looking at color depth, and color depth is a function of the color accuracy and the color gamut, which is the gamut is the range of colors what can be produced and how precisely we can produce those colors. So this all leads to something which we call as a color depth. So first is the signal that is coming in from the input. It has to be closest to that possibly that can be, and of course then the color depth is there. Apart from this, a monitor should also have a very uniform color. So, a TFT, generally the monitors that they are LCD monitors, and they are basically lit up with the backlights which are there. So it has to be ensured that the brightness, the uniformity of the brightness is there. In a normal monitor, maybe those things can escape a bit. There are terms like light leakage or some of those terms. But in a professional or a very good monitor, those things are eliminated. So this is probably the third key feature. Of course, then there is the ability to sync up with the known industry standards. For example, Pantone. Pantone is when Pantone says that a particular shade of a black has to be a particular number, so that has to be produced in this monitor accurately as would be standardized by Pantone. Or for that matter, there could be some other standards. So a good professional color monitor would be able to do all those things. And when these monitors come out of the factory, they are calibrated in such a way that all of them would probably be the same when they're being used, especially when there is a lot of collaborative work being done. As we see in the studios or the after studio work where there is renditioning of the original images is being done. So a lot of people are collaborating, and there this accuracy would stand out. So the pre-calibration or the factory calibration is important, and this part is done at the factory level. So this again is playing a very important part. And not to mention that there are other features which would be so important. So when you're using the monitor, ergonomics could be a very key factor. You might be, you can't always possibly be looking at a monitor sitting straight faced. So you could be at a various angle, and that angle should not basically hamper the color that you see. There's a term called color shift. So color shift should be minimal in a monitor. So whichever angle you're seeing that monitor from, there has to be hardly any color shift.
So probably I could ask our viewers to key in some of the features that they would like in their monitors. What would you like most in your monitor? And listening to you, they could keep telling us on what they wanted to.
Yeah, of course. So there could be marked preferences amongst various people who are using them. So somebody could say that being in sync with a particular standard is important. Some might say that brightness also plays a key role. So all those factors are there, but a good monitor would perhaps be amalgamating all those, or bringing them all into one machine.
If I want the brightness to be adjusted to where I'm sitting, is that something that you
So yes, there are sensors which are like color, the light sensors, so they sense the ambient light which is there. So if you're dimming it out, maybe it will turn brighter, it will turn bright, and in a dark room maybe it will turn slightly mellow so that you can view it properly. So these features, they just keep going on and on and on. So of course then there is how do you deliver the accurate image to the monitor from the input source. And we are seeing emerging standards like USB-C, which not only are delivering the image to the monitor, but they are also carrying the data on that same cable. They are also powering your computer display. So I don't know, it's not been quantified yet, but this is my thought that just having one unified cable actually is going to lead, is going to have a minimal loss of the image that is coming in from the input source.
So you were
so
mentioning,
we're eliminating all those paraphernalia,
If I may interrupt, you were mentioning the USB Type-C port. So suppose I want to make my work faster and I want to have more than one screen to look at, to play around with. Is that something you think would be what you would offer on board?
So then there is a feature called daisy chaining, wherein you are connecting one computing device or the output device to one monitor, and from that same monitor you are connecting another monitor, and that leads to, of course, a uniformity in both of them, and that's again a feature, of course. And then there is a feature called color matching. So maybe you're having two input sources and you want to match the colors, so a good monitor would even bring that out.
Okay.
So when all these things are happening, when you're incorporating those complex technologies, it just bumps up the price, and that's why it is more accessible to professionals, and that's why we probably call them professional monitors. But what ViewSonic has done is we're making it more accessible. Maybe later in the discussion we'll come out. Venkat would shed some light on that.
Okay. So while you mention all these features, maybe we can have a look at some of the ViewSonic Professional VP Series monitors.
Sure.
They say that a picture says 1,000 words, that every journey has a beginning and an end. But with every ending comes a new beginning. If you can capture the memories, your journey never has to end. ViewSonic's Calibration Kit promises that color performance from your monitor will stay accurate over time. The frameless design allows you to enjoy a more streamlined, multi-monitor experience with fewer distractions. Delta E2 delivers outstanding color accuracy for reproducing stunning colors and giving images a lifelike feel. Achieve highly accurate color with over 99% coverage of the sRGB color spectrum under the industry standards for ideal color replication. Uniformity correction helps smooth and balance brightness from corner to corner. The sights, the emotions, the inspiration, breathe life back into it all over. Relive those moments and embark on your journey once again.
So the perfect ending to a beautiful journey. So can you,
Yeah, so
as a summary,
a
tell me
monitor
what,
actually comes in the end. So the end is because you've already shot those images, and then you're looking at those images after you've shot them. So that's why probably it says that it's a perfect ending to a beautiful journey. Yeah.
It's the perfect line. So can you summarize what exactly the ColorPro series brings to the table to somebody like us, digital content creators?
So one, as I was mentioning, was that all these factors, which is delta E2, the uniformity of the luminance, the brightness, then of course the color depth, the 6-axis color reproduction, the ergonomics that go into it, multi-monitor setups, all these things bring the very best out of a professional monitor, and they put you as a professional at ease. Whatever you're looking for, whatever you want to do with the content, you can do it. And then apart from that, you have to also see that the output is in sync with that. And if you have a good color monitor, and if what you're seeing is accurate from the source, and after that you worked upon it, goes to the output, which could be a print or anything, that journey is also very important, which a good monitor is doing. We are of course bringing in accessibility in terms of making it affordable and bringing those technologies. So we might call it VP series, but I think we're putting this in the hands of even newcomers, freelancers who were always probably buying monitors, a good monitor within a particular budget, but then within that budget that they used to buy a normal monitor, we're trying to put in all those technologies that will give an accurate reproduction of what was shot and what can be worked upon. So I think that's a very big thing, that.
So I'm going to tell all the budding artists and the newcomers who are on this show to hook on to that line that newcomers and freelancers are going to be able to afford the ViewSonic ColorPro series.
Yes.
So Venkat, can you tell us what are the ColorPro series that are available in India right now?
Yeah, currently we have 4 products lined up in India. So as of now, we have started selling 2 variants. So the first variant which we have launched in India is VP2468A, which is an entry-level production professional machine. This machine comes with a Pantone certified and Adobe 100% certified monitor, and this model has a versatility is more in this model, and it has a what I can say is a commercially also it is a placed very well, for who is newly entered into this profession, who wants to create their career as color experts and all those things. For them, this monitor is the entry level model, and where it can be an affordable range. And after that, we have another model called VP 2785 4K, which is a high-end category. What we say is this model comes with FOGRA certified as well, along with Pantone and Adobe, and that monitor comes with a dual engine capability, where a customer can connect two CPUs, and he can control with a single monitor he can control two CPUs, and he can see the two different images at a time. So as of now, we are selling these two models in India, and there are another two models which are already lined up, mostly maybe this month, next month beginning. We are going to sell, that is a 27-inch category. In the 27-inch category, we have VP 2756 4K and VP 2768F 2K. This total we have 4 models, but till this year end we are going to launch these 4 models only. But the first 2 models which are going very well in India as of now, we can see the VP 2468A video. So let us understand.
Looking for a pro-grade monitor that can match the image and color output of your pro-grade camera? Look no further than ViewSonic's new VP series of professional monitors. Combining the art and science of amazing color, ViewSonic's VP series of monitors function as your digital darkroom, allowing you to view, edit, and reproduce your photos, video, and creative content with the vivid and lifelike color your work deserves. Featuring a sleek, frameless ID and an edge-to-edge super clear IPS panel, our VP monitors deliver a near seamless viewing experience, perfect for multi-monitor setups. For simple, single cable daisy chaining of multiple monitors, all VP monitors are equipped with future-proof DisplayPort technology, in addition to mini DisplayPort, HDMI, and high-speed USB ports. Scientifically engineered to deliver the most accurate colors possible, each of our VP monitors is factory calibrated to deliver an amazing Delta E value less than 2 and include a variety of color spaces to best represent and display your true original work. What's more, an integrated color uniformity function ensures consistent chromaticity, meaning you get consistent colors across the screen, from edge to edge, corner to corner, every time. Our VP monitors also provide incredible calibration capabilities and color management features. A 14-bit 3D lookup table generates a stunningly smooth palette of up to 4.39 trillion colors, while a 6-axis color enhancement feature gives you a completely customizable color profile so that you can fine-tune your work as you see fit. Hardware calibration is also available with the optional ViewSonic Calibration Kit, which allows you to quickly and easily calibrate the monitor to maintain its color accuracy. So when you need a full spectrum of color, control, and accuracy, ViewSonic's new line of VP monitors combine the science of amazing color with the art you produce. For more information, visit ViewSonic.com.
So the next model, as I said, VP 2768, VP 2785 4K, and next VP 2756 4K, and then VP 2768 2K. These are all another 3 models which are already available. So the first range is a 24-inch. Now we have launched so far 24-inch to 27-inch. So very soon we are going to launch next levels also.
Okay.
So depending upon the market conditions and the requirement of the consumers, we are ready to launch. We have a lineup up to 38 inches.
That sounds wonderful. And all the features, I'm already loving them and can't wait to get my hands on one of these monitors.
Yeah, sure, you must,
By the way, guys, we heard both Girish and Venkat mentioning about Pantone. All the ColorPro series monitors are validated by and certified by Pantone, which is the global leader in color solutions. Maybe we should just hear as to what Pantone has to say about the importance of color and how digital artists can elevate their output, can take their output to the next level by marrying the best of color and technology.
Today I would like to talk to you about how Pantone can help you achieve the most out of your digital color workflow. I want to take some time to describe one of our more recent offerings called Pantone Validated. Pantone developed an evaluation protocol to test displays and printers to determine how well these devices can reproduce Pantone colors. Every Pantone Validated device model has met Pantone's evaluation criteria in simulating the full range of Pantone colors. This means that artists and designers can create color with confidence right out of the box. Take this display next to me. It has been Pantone validated to reproduce Pantone colors in the sRGB color space. Although Pantone Validated gives you out-of-the-box color confidence, over time colors can shift as the device ages. To achieve better color accuracy over time, you can make use of solutions that allow you to create and apply a color profile to a display or even a color printer. If you're wondering where to obtain a color management solution to profile your devices, here are a couple of suggestions. For displays, I recommend using a colorimeter and software combination. Something like the Color Checker Display Plus Colorimeter and CC Profiler software from Calibrite. Calibrite is a new company that develops industry-leading products based on core Pantone and X-Rite technologies, but there are also other options available. Before profiling display, it should be cleaned and warmed up for approximately 30 minutes to let it stabilize. You will also want to turn off any display auto brightness adjustments and energy-saving options. You'll find these reminders in the profiling software. When you start the profiling process, a series of colors will be shown on your display and measured by the colorimeter. In the end, the CC Profiler software, which creates an ICC profile, which is used by the operating system to best align your display to the target RGB color space. For printers, I recommend using an X-Rite i1 Pro 3. You can use it either with a scanning ruler or with a fully automated i1 I/O table. The software that works best with the i1 Pro 3 is X-Rite's i1 Profiler software. Just like with your display, before profiling your printer, you will want to run several pages of various content through the printer to ensure it's printing consistently with good coverage. Next, you will print some profiling test charts, making sure that any color management settings on your operating system are turned off so they don't affect the test chart prints. Once printed, allow your test chart prints to stabilize for approximately 20 minutes before measuring them. The i1 Profiler software will step you through the process of creating a profile. Just like your display profile, you will apply your printer profile in your printer software when it comes time to print. Design software can also make use of your display and print profiles to improve the color quality of your on-screen and printed work, so make sure to look into that. As a final note, color-critical users, including those of you who work in an office environment with shared access to a print device, will benefit from using a dedicated printing system that includes a print rip. Print rips are specialized print management software that have integrated color management, calibration, and profiling features that will let you achieve the most out of your printer. One final topic about color management that I would like to share is the notion of color gamuts. A color gamut is a theoretical volume of color that any given display or print device can deliver. Envision a large container of multicolored water that has all the world's colors inside of it. Any given color device may have a somewhat different shaped container that represents the color range of that device's capability. We call this colors container the device gamut. There can be gamut differences between different displays or between displays and printers. For example, one display might be represented by the sRGB standard gamut, while another is represented by the larger P3 RGB standard gamut. If an artist designs in the larger P3 RGB color space and doesn't communicate this to others, the colors in the artist's design may not be realized when viewed on an sRGB display. However, if an artist tags their design with a P3 RGB profile, their design's colors can be better realized when viewed on an sRGB display, assuming the viewer has a color-managed workflow. For the most part, this idea of managing gamut differences using artwork tagging and profiles can help realize a color design intent between different types of displays and between displays and printed output. The exception to this is when there are large differences between devices in terms of their gamut shape or volume. In this situation, you may find that some color selections are in the gamut of the design display but can't be realized on another display or printer. We call these out-of-gamut colors for these devices. Fortunately, design software and color management software work together to help identify these colors so that different design choices can be made based on the eventual destination of the design.
That was insightful, wasn't it? By the way, guys, keep an eye out on the chat window and the comments section because we have multiple contests coming up and I would love that you participate in them because you stand a chance to win some amazing prizes and goodies. Now, ColorPro Talks is never complete without colors and pros. So we have our first pro visual artist who is a self-taught illustrator and she has a very wide experience in digital illustrations, customized illustrations, illustrations for brands and children's books. So to listen to her experience and ideas about the importance of color in visual art, join me in welcoming Sumouli Dutta. Hi Sumouli.
Hi Sugandhi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for such a kind introduction.
Thank you for joining us on this show. I absolutely love your work and can't wait to hear from you. So maybe why don't we just start with your background, your journey on in the world of in the world of illustrations.
So I started my journey 5 years back as a freelance illustrator. So I was simultaneously doing a job as well at the time. But right now I can proudly say that I am a full-time freelance illustrator who is having 80% of chunk work from children's book illustration. So I can call myself a children's book illustrator to be honest now. And yeah, that's it to talk about it in brief.
Can you tell me about how illustration has evolved from the paper-based traditional illustration to what it is today, that is digital?
The transition from traditional to digital was necessary and the most useful transition I think, because it is time-saving, user-friendly, and it allows us to work on a broader and wider spectrum. And how we used to do animation, initially at the very beginning stage, one by one, each drawing and using Lightbox. It has become easier with multiple softwares, multiple applications, and when we do it digitally because it saves time and helps us to work on multiple projects at the same time because we all are running short of time, to be honest. And technology and digital field is helping us to achieve that.
So in your area of work, what would you say is the importance of color?
Honestly, when it comes to my area of work, which is generally the most important part is children book illustration, is where the color plays the most important role because my TG are the children. And it's all about colors. It's all about the vibrant colors. But when we work on, to be technically sound, that we work on CMYK. So there is a print that will happen because we cannot print in RGB or print in CMYK. But that, to understand the color with help of the right monitor is something that is very, very important. And is the crucial thing of any illustration because the mood, the color sense will help you to identify the mood of the entire illustration. So color is the most crucial part in the illustration.
So when you say that color is important in so many different ways, what would you say would be the role of a good monitor? And can you tell us about your experience with using the ViewSonic ColorPro series?
So I'm working with the ViewSonic ColorPro series currently. I'm having my hands on it, and I must admit, the color accuracy is what takes the show. It steals the show from of this monitor because, as I told you, for me, I'm working in CMYK mode, but when I see it on any other screen or anything, it'll look a little dull. But when I see the entire thing on the ViewSonic color to mode in the monitor, the accuracy is so nice. I am able to adjust and do all the hue saturation adjustments so well, and I can actually see what is going to be in the output. Like when we print it, what would be the actual look of it. So this really helps because it is 163 pixel per inch, which is like 4 times more than any full HD. So 163 per pixel, 163 pixel per inch is quite a higher one, and it helps us to visualize the color accuracy on the monitor. It is at par, it is as par, and it is way better, and we can visualize what it will be when we print it. So it really helps us to work in that manner. And the color gamut is so huge, it's so broad than the standard RGB that even if I'm working on ebooks, because there are, sites where we can upload ebooks instead of printing it or publishing it, then we work on RGB. So the wider gamut of color gamut, which is broader than any standard RGB, is helping me to visualize how it will actually look. So I am in love with this entire monitor, and it is so ergonomically designed that I'm able to, put it up and rotate it and work it as per my needs. So it's very helpful for an artist who is, sitting and working for 9 hours straight, something that is so ergonomically designed, keeping in thought that it will help an artist who's a freelance artist. It's very, very thoughtful and useful.
Thank you, Sumouli. Girish, would you like to add anything about the color accuracy? She was mentioning about 163 pixels per inch, and would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, see, pixel density, of course, for a visualizer is important because they have to do the illustrations very minutely, and the more number of pixels, of course, you can do the work much more fine. So in that sense, yes, the heavy pixel density does make a difference. But as we have already seen, so many other features which have gone into it: the wider color gamut, the brilliance, the brightness uniformity, the accurate reproduction of colors because of the IPS panels that we use. So all these things bring together, a very, I would say, it makes it sensible. It makes it very simple to use. So all those complex technologies actually ease up the work that the work that the illustrator is doing actually. So yes, in that sense, it is important that they go for these professional monitors, and as we have already said, now they're very accessible also. So in that sense, I think we encourage more and more people to come forward and start using them.
Cool. Thank you, Sumouli, for sharing your experiences. We would like to just have a look at what you did with the ColorPro series.
Yeah, we'd be interested, Sumouli.
The experience was so rich. To work on such a large monitor was itself, it's like a treat to an eye of an artist. So it's so easy, and instead of working on smaller space, it gives that larger thing to work on, and it's so ergonomically well designed that it helps me throughout the day to work on.
So she says that Sumouli was saying that it's a lot brighter and better here, whereas it's dull on other monitors.
Oh yes,
so what do you have to
there's a stark difference between a normal monitor that generally people are used to.
So what have you done differently to make that happen?
So as we have just said, the panels that we use are of course the highest grade. The backlighting is so well proportioned that there are no color leakages. The uniformity is there, and I think the best of the panel sheets, come into this production over here. Of course, the technologies that go behind it, the lookup tables, the delta E less than 2,
and it is a 14-bit technology.
So all those things, when you're putting them together, it's coming out as one clean, neat package.
So thank you, Sumouli, for sharing your experiences, and it was nice to see how you used the ColorPro series monitor.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a treat actually.
So we have another pro artist who is coming on board, but before that, we have the first activity for the day, which is the ViewSonic crossword. So for all of you guys over there are 3 crossword puzzles that are going to be put on screen now, and you'll have to answer all 3 of them together. Remember, all 3 of them at the same time. Put your answers in the chat box, in the comment section, and remember, this is the fastest finger. So whoever types the answers the fastest is going to win the goodies. So you'll see that the crossword puzzles talk about dynamic range, luminance, and saturation. So you will have 2 minutes to solve them, and before you begin, I'll have to give you a hint that these are common terms related to color management. So we'll have a look on the chat box, and we'll see how people are, you have the answers there already. So these are some of the features that work very well in the ViewSonic ColorPro monitors. Thanks for your participation. And we have our next artist coming up, who is an illustrator and a comic creator. She has been in collaboration with several of the biggest brands in the country. So when you talk about illustrations or wedding invitations or comics, you look at her work of art, and it's surely going to bring a smile on your face and sparkle that joy. So here's welcoming on the show Shailly Gajjar. Hi, Shailly.
Hello, thank you. Hello, thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you here, and thank you for joining the show.
Thank you.
Can we start with your journey? I mean, how did you get to be a visual artist, an illustrator? What's your background?
So I've been in this field for the last 5 years now. I'm doing full-time freelancing for the last 3 years. When I think of it, it's really funny because if you ask me the oldest question in 2016, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, it would have been something entirely different because I was an IT engineering fresher. The only thing I knew that I wanted nothing to do with IT, and my true calling has always been art, doodling, sketching. So from there till here, it's been quite a long journey for me.
So it must have been, you must have had several challenges along the way, because not only with this shift in career, you must be having a lot of challenges being a visual artist. What are those?
Yes, so to start with, I personally felt in the beginning, the biggest challenge was the society's perception that art cannot be a sustainable career. But now that there are so many successful stories, this has been disproved. And now if I say the biggest challenge right now for me will be keeping up with the crazy Instagram trends and algorithms.
So, so while you meet these challenges, do you say that there are opportunities in this line of work?
Oh yes, definitely. The opportunity is infinite. I feel that with the boom of digital marketing, there's a whole new world of opportunities for the illustrators, for the comic artists, or for any creator in general. So with the help of social media, you can easily showcase your talent and connect with the right clients. It's just that your work has to be that good and should be able to stand out.
So what other advice would you give a budding illustrator who is watching this show today?
I feel drawing and sketching is a kind of any other skill which can be learned, but creativity is something that should come naturally to you. So, just start pursuing your interest and keep practicing and try to identify your own unique style because that is something that will take you a long way.
Okay. So, when you work on all these skills that you mentioned, can you also tell me what exactly is the importance of color in your line of work?
I feel colors are the soul to any sketch or drawing. If you pick a right color palette, it can bring the life out of any artwork. And if you end up choosing a wrong color scheme, it will subdue even a meaningful artwork. So definitely the use of right colors, right color palette is very important.
Okay. So, in order for you to choose the right color palette and to do all these things, what do you say is the role of a good monitor?
I realized quite early in my freelancing career that while working from home, it's very important to have a proper office and a desk setup, even if it's just a corner of your room, especially to avoid your back issues. Um, so having a monitor with an adjustable height, different viewing angles can be an added advantage.
So, with this, can you tell me what were your experiences in using the ViewSonic ColorPro monitor?
Yes, so when I got my hands on ViewSonic ColorPro monitor, I realized that it's been made in a way that can make any artist or designer's life a lot easier with its amazing features. If you ask me, my favorite top three features, first would be the flawless color out of the box, which means every monitor comes with its own color calibration report. You see the same color on your monitor screen, and even when you print it, it will come out the same. Second favorite feature would be the 4K Ultra HD quality, which is 4x the resolution of any HD monitor. And third would be the smooth connectivity. It has both HDMI and USB Type-C cables for both Windows and Mac users.
That's wonderful to hear. So, maybe I'll ask you guys on the out-of-the-box color experience and the color calibration report. So, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so every monitor that generally comes in this professional VP series is factory calibrated, and a factory calibration test report is attached, which is individual to every monitor. And not only that, when the user takes it out, he knows exactly what he's getting in terms of the output values. Even if you use the serial number of a monitor, you can go to our website and get the calibration report that was done at the factory level. So in that sense, out of the box uniformity and accuracy is a given in a VP series. Not to mention the fact that these can be calibrated later on also through an external calibrator, which ViewSonic uses the term as color rater basically. And there are various uses, So while you can actually iron out any color distortions which may occur over a period of time on the monitor itself, or to pick up accurate colors from color palettes that are there, reproducing them and matching those colors using the monitor. So all these features are inherent, and Shailly, I'm sure, has been using all those things, apart from the fact that these have a very wide color gamut, so the range of colors is extremely high, the color depth is very high, and they are sort of having that the high dynamic range, which makes a normal visual stand out on this monitor. Even the finest of the details are visible. So these are features which are inherent in a VP series.
Thanks to Shailly for sharing her experiences about the importance of color and also about what she liked most in the ViewSonic ColorPro monitors. So now we go into the second activity of the day, which is the quiz. So I would like to ask you to use a secondary device to log in to www.menti.com and enter the code 38956451, or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen. So you will be having 20 seconds to answer each question. So we're waiting for all of you to scan the code or log into the website and start playing on the Mentimeter. Come on, guys. So nice to see a lot of you joining in. So this quiz is done such that you'll see the question and 4 options laid out for you, and you'll have to pick the right answer. And of course, needless to say, this also works on who finishes all the questions the fastest. I see a lot of people joining in. So the Mentimeter is counting and the numbers are going up. You can log into www.menti.com, that's MENTI.com, and use the code 38956451. Or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen now, and that will take you to Mentimeter, where you can play against the others who are joining to answer the questions, which gives each question giving you 4 options, and you'll have to choose one correct answer. And the fastest to select the right answer gets the goodies. To play with a lot more players, and Girish, maybe you can tell us about the new ports that, or Venkat, you can tell me about the ports that we've introduced in the ViewSonic ColorPro monitor. We have the HDMI and the display ports. Maybe you can tell us about the display and the mini DP ports.
Yeah, let me put it like this. All VP series models as a versatile, we can say. Versatile in terms of the flexibility like ergonomics, and versatile in terms of the connectivity. So where the connectivity plays very important role. So normally traditional monitors as comes with a VGA is a first level, then it is upgraded to HDMI, then now then it is a display port. Now the technology has changed to Type C. So where what is the main advantage of this Type C port is, from the laptop or a desktop to the signal will go to the monitor, is one side, and there is another written communication is also there from the monitor where your laptop gets charged automatically. Okay. And along with this single cable, this monitor comes with a RJ45 connectivity, and it has a USB ports are there, display ports are there, HDMI ports are there, all whatever port you want, all the ports are already and there in the monitor as hardware. So then when it comes to the ergonomics, why it is very important for the this graphic card people is, they work on based on their mode, right? If their mode is they will work more than 4, 5, 6 hours also, they will sit and they will work as per their body posture. This monitor also can be adjusted. Otherwise, what happens if a monitor is just having just a 5 degrees tilt or 5 degrees height adjustment kind of thing? As per the requirement, this monitor, will serve their purpose on what posture they want to use. This is another feature, along with the color.
Okay. So now we have guys ready with to play the Mentimeter. So you'll have to answer fast to get the maximum number of points. And here's your first question. ViewSonic is a blank-based company. Your options are USA, China, Japanese, and Korea. You have 7 seconds to go. 4, 3, 1, time's up. Your next question, ViewSonic is a blank-based company. Your options, sorry. How many years of warranty does ViewSonic cover for all its regular monitors except touch series? Your options are 3-year standard warranty, 3-year standard plus 2 years additional warranty, 2 years warranty and 1-year warranty. Which series in ViewSonic is for professionals and Pantone certified? Your options are VX series, XG series, VP series or VA series. ViewSonic ColorPro monitors generally come with which kind of certification? FreeSync certification, Pantone certification, NVIDIA certification, or IPS certification? What's the color of the year 2022, which has been announced by Pantone? Illuminating, indigo, rose quartz, or berry peri? That's it, guys. So for all those of you who answered the fastest, go to the ColorPro India landing page tomorrow. That is www.colorpro.com, and look for the announcement of the winners. So now, after having listened to two leading illustrators, Sumouli and Shailly, who spoke to us about their journey, the importance of color, and what they liked best about the ViewSonic ColorPro monitors, we have with us another special guest who is a pro photographer and an author. Join me in welcoming Shivang Mehta, who is an international award-winning wildlife photographer and a best-selling author. He has years of experience in the world of photography, and we would definitely like to listen to him about his experience and ideas in the world of photography and what role do colors play in them. So, hi Shivang, welcome to the show.
Hi Shivang, so good to see you also.
Good to see you too.
So yeah, hi guys, thanks for having me out here, and I'm Shivang Mehta. I'm a wildlife photographer. And my journey in wildlife photography started around 17, 18 years ago when I started working in the outskirts of Cobbett National Park. as a field naturalist, and then slowly I graduated into using cameras and documenting wildlife photography, and then ever since has just been very, very long journey and very enriching experience. So when it comes to uh, wildlife photography, I've always been the kind of work we do on the field as wildlife photographers and as wildlife professionals. It is just around 80 to 90% of work that is accomplished on the field as field wildlife professionals, where we are shooting images. Uh, and there's this small bit of work which is always left to be done at the back end. So I'm always I've always been a big advocate of the fact that the images which are created on the field and the content which is developed on the field, it has to be taken at the back end and in sign immemorial ever since even when film cameras were being used, even then images were being taken into a dark room for processing. So processing is the last stage of, it's the final stage of creation of a wildlife image. And as a field wildlife professional, and as field wildlife professionals, when we are putting in a lot of hard work and commitment in the field, that last bit of time that's not of creation of a digital image, it has to be done at the back end. And that is when processing takes a, plays a key role, and that's where a monitor comes in. And especially with the advent of modern technology, where we have all these modern cameras which produce some wonderful images, wonderful content, both in the form of images as well as videos. With the help of a good monitor, you are able to analyze your work with a eagle's eye, and you are able to tackle it properly. So yeah, I mean, I strongly believe that uh, you need to spend that time at the back end with your images, and the more time you spend with your images, the more uh, quality you can achieve out of the final output. So yeah.
So there is quite a bit of a challenge on field and even when you come back and do your post-processing. So in the middle of all this, there's also color. So what role do you say that color plays in your profession?
Of course, Sugati, I mean, we all know that when it comes to nature and when it comes to wildlife, colors is something which is very critical. Nature is very colorful. If I talk about the golden hour, for example, whether it is golden light in the morning or in the evening, uh, every monitor screen which I look at, it interprets that particular golden hour in a very different manner. And at times it's very difficult to decipher that the yellows and the oranges that I see in one particular screen, is that the true color, or uh, or is the true color is what I'm seeing on my mobile? So and the same is true about each and every color of nature, whether it is the greens or the blues. So in our field of work, colors do play a very important role, and um, and I guess uh, the, the screen that you are using for interpreting the entire colors spectrum, that plays a really critical role.
So what did you like when you started using the ViewSonic ColorPro monitors?
I actually have been on the ViewSonic ColorPro monitor for the past few weeks, and it's really been quite a big revolution when it comes to seeing my images in those screens. I do a lot of backlight images against light images, and in that uh, colors do play a key role. So a wider color spectrum along with, detailed color accuracy. And I was reading some of the specs and all, and when I started using it, it was truly a great feeling to see that there's such a wide spectrum of colors. And the other thing which I liked about the monitor was that when you're seeing your imagery on a laptop screen, which I normally do because I'm always traveling on the field, and that is the only visual medium where I can see my work. You're not able to see some fine details. So as soon as you are looking at the same image on a bigger screen, and with this wide spectrum of colors, you are able to notice some elements which probably you're not able to see it from your naked eyes when you're working on a laptop screen. For example, things pertaining to noise and stuff. So, I have been enjoying my time with the ViewSonic monitor, and of course, as some of the other speakers have said, it's quite user friendly. I mean, you can adjust the height, fill the screen, and with all those ports especially the C-part ports, it becomes quite easy for me to connect my Pro to the monitor or the iPad to the monitor and use it in varied ways.
So in addition to all these features, the fact that it's connected, it can connect to an iPad, a Mac, or a Windows is what makes the ViewSonic ColorPro monitor even more something that everyone would love to have. So while we are just soaking in all these wonderful features, there's yet another exciting announcement that is coming up, and I would like Shivang to do the honors.
Of course. So ViewSonic India is we're announcing a competition out there, and the name of the competition is Colors of Nature. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of wildlife and nature because I passionate with those images. So for all the listeners out there, all the viewers, feel free to participate in the ViewSonic Colors of Nature contest, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all your images.
So the Colors of Nature is a contest presented by ViewSonic. The theme of the contest is wildlife and nature photography. So the submissions start tonight and close on the night of 31st of August. The jury for this contest is, of course, Shivang Mehta. The prizes are: the top 3 winners get to win professional ColorPro monitors. The top 20 participants get to walk away with Amazon vouchers, and the top 50 get to win ViewSonic t-shirts. So apart from this, there is another contest presented by Pantone called the Very Perry Photography Awards. So Pantone every year declares a color of the year, and that color for 2022 is Very Perry. So all you need to do is grab your camera, step outside, and make your images, click your photographs inspired by Very Perry or which have the color, the shade Very Perry in them. So for this contest as well, the submissions open tonight and will close on the night of 31st of August. The prizes are Pantone Connect subscription and Pantone Formula Guide coated and uncoated set. So we'll be announcing the winners of today's activity tomorrow on the ColorPro landing page, which is www.colorproindia.com. The top 5 winners get to win Amazon vouchers worth ₹1,000, and the next 20 get to win ViewSonic goodies. our team will get in touch with you to collect your details and to send home your goodies to you. So remember, there are 2 contests. The first is the ViewSonic Colors of Nature contest, for which Shivang is the jury member. The theme of the contest is wildlife and nature photography. The top 3 winners get to win professional ColorPro monitors. The top 20 get to win Amazon vouchers, and the top 20 walk away with t-shirts. Remember to also enter the Pantone Very Peri photography contest, inspired by the color of the year 2022, Very Peri. Submit your photographs starting from tonight until the 31st of August. The prizes are Pantone Formula Guide coated and uncoated set and Pantone Connect subscription. So with this is the first edition of the ColorPro Talks series. And I thank our ColorPro experts, Girish and Venkat, for providing their valuable inputs to all of us, and our pro visual artists, Sumouli, Shailly, and Shivang, for sharing their ideas and also their experiences with the ColorPro monitors. And thanks to all of you, our wonderful audience, for joining in, participating, and making this a successful session. Thank you, guys. See you soon.